Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review, and we are looking at some new Cyberverse toys today. Specifically, we will be taking a look at the Action Attackers Scout Class Scraplet, and then the Action Attackers Energon Axe Attack Optimus Prime. We are starting off with Scraplet because, in my opinion, this is probably the most anticipated Cyberverse figure since the line was introduced. And to be honest, I think this is going to be the only Cyberverse figure a lot of people purchase. If you remember, the Scraplet was introduced in the Prime cartoon several years ago, and since then people have wanted a representation of the race character, however you want to look at it, in toy form, and here we are. This is a basically static figure. The arms do not move. The legs, there is some movement, but I really wouldn't touch them due to balance. It does look very nice to the original design. To be honest, it has been a while since I've seen Prime, so there you go. A little bit of hollowness in the back, but that's for the transformation. Some of that battle detailing we're seeing on Siege figures, and nice big eyes. This figure does transform, as I just mentioned. You can go ahead and flip that torso section back, and we get what I'm looking at as a attack position. And basically you depress this gray button at the top, and you get its what they're calling sawtooth spin. Let me turn it towards the camera so you can see a little more. Oop. Try not to get it to slip out of my hand. But there you go. It's one of those options that if you press slowly, it doesn't do anything. So harder and faster, you get a nice little spin there. I do think they had something like an attack like this in the Prime show. I don't remember. But I will say that for what the Scout class line in Cyberverse is, this figure works the best. It encompasses the idea behind the action at the Scout class line. It, in the play feature works with the character. Yes, in case you were wondering, you can activate the chomping gimmick in robot mode. Actually, a little bit better. You have a little bit of a thumb hold there, so you do have that option going. So, yeah, like I said, I think this will be the only Cyberverse figure a lot of people are going to buy, and they're going to buy multiples to troop build it for their Prime display, or to have like a Kremzeek style character for their other Transformer lines. So, for those of you who have came here strictly for the review of Scraplet and have no interest in Optimus Prime, I thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. For those of you who are interested in the Axe Attack Optimus Prime, we'll get to this figure right after this. Okay, and here we are. We're back. Here is Energon Axe Attack Optimus Prime, and it wouldn't make any sense to not include the Ion Burst Optimus Prime, since the Axe Attack is a heavy retool of Optimus Prime. It's the only thing I can think of examining the two figures is the one mold was made with both play features in mind, because you see this upper torso is the same, this lower abdomen section is the same, the arms are designed the same, but obviously the fist hole has been switched off on this side. The legs are the same, but there is a different paint job. And the big difference is, of course, on the Axe Attack version, you have an open faceplate, whereas on the Ion Burst, you have a closed faceplate. Again, these work like all the other Scout-based figures, meaning that they only half transform. So you know what? Let's just get right into it. We'll start off with the Iron Burst Optimus Prime. I'm going to bring the arms up, just like so. We'll rotate this around at the lower torso. That brings out the fake chest. And then what you can do is bring the legs together like so. And as you bring the legs up, that should cause the cannon to flip forward. Oh no, it didn't. But that's actually, usually that happens to me, but that's probably because I so often grab it towards the front. Oh, I also had the torso a little off center. Basically, the way this gimmick works is you press in on the grill there, and that will cause the blaster to swing forward. Just like so. So there you have the Ion Blast Optimus Prime. Now the Axe Attack Optimus Prime. I gotta say, I kind of like its brighter colors, but at the same time, I like some of the darker colors. And realistically, I always prefer a faceplate on my Optimus Primes. Now, one thing this figure has that the other one doesn't is that the head can rotate. A lot of that is due to the action gimmick, which we're going to show right now. So again, starting off, bring the arm up. This arm now, you'll just bring it out to the side. And you're going to want to now rotate the torso sideways like that, and then bring the whole section around like so. Now this is where things get a little tricky. You want to do not peg the legs together yet. You're going to bring them up, and what will happen is when you peg the legs together, you will trigger that black plunger that will cause the gimmick to engage. If you had, oh, I didn't have it up. Oh, there you go. I didn't have the legs up far enough, but let's try that again. You have to make sure the legs are up so that blue tab is right over the plunger. So just, it will snap into place. Might have to move things around. Get that leg out of the way. There you go. And now here it comes again. Just like that. And you just, again, unpeg. Let's see if I can do it where it's facing forward. Make sure that, see, it's a little tricky because you want to make sure that blue section is out of the way. And I'm also trying to stop my cat from chewing on the Scraplet. But yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. And now we'll do it from the front. There you go. So it is a little bit of a play feature. You are also supposed to spring the axe down like that. So I kind of prefer the Iron Burst because it's a little bit easier to control. I mean, realistically, you end up not having, tripping it accidentally than on purpose. And you do also, of course, as you can see, have to really keep the figure untransformed to get it to work properly. I mean, the legs do peg together the exact same way. So overall, I don't know which one to recommend more. I think I kind of prefer the Ion Blast one, like I said, just because the action gimmick is easier to trigger. But I do have to admit, the Axe Attack really has a nicer look. So let me bring Scraplet back in. I got all of these well, let's see, the two new Scout Attack figures I actually got off of eBay, courtesy of Hasbro Toy Shop. The only thing I can guess is that going forward, Hasbro is going to use the Hasbro Toy Shop eBay page to sell the regular retail figures, while Hasbro Pulse will continue to be for their curated lines, meaning the more adult collector oriented stuff. So these should be hitting retail. Well, the new figure should be hitting retail soon. Ion Blast Burst Optimus Prime has been around for a while, so I'm sure you can find him anywhere. I actually got it off of Amazon for like $5, so that was a good price. So, for your old pal Chuck, for Scraplet and Optimus Prime, we will see you next time.